Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur with We Write About Music, and today I'm here with Adam Tiro of The Freight. If you haven't listened yet, they've just released their newest single, Found, and it is pretty fantastic if I do say so myself. Adam, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today?
Great, man. Thank you so much for having me. This is really cool.
Yeah, man. Well, obviously, I want to talk about the song. I want to talk about you guys. But let's start with the song. So, just in Found specifically, there's so many different genres going on. There's so much going on in your overall sound. I'd love to hear about the influences that inspired its creation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
And it's definitely got that '80s rock thing going on there.
definitely. A little bit of synth pop as well.
Totally, totally. And it's got it's definitely a step in like a different direction for us. It's one that I wrote. I actually wrote it probably like a year ago now, right at the start of quarantine. I wrote a few songs right in the beginning,
Nice.
and this was one of the first ones I wrote during that. And yeah, man, it actually started. I got this. I'm a guitar gear nerd, and like I just got this flanger pedal that just sent me to the '80s, and I went with the sound, and like it kind of helped me write the riffs and the intro, and from there it came together pretty quickly, man. And it's definitely a nod to, like, I think when I was thinking of like a ballpark in my brain, I was thinking of like the Cars. I was thinking of there's definitely some Van Halen. I know, by no means do I play Van Halen, but like, you
Oh no,
know,
I don't think. Yeah,
the
I
son-
definitely did hear some Cars influence though, for
yeah, for
sure.
sure. And just the sonic quality of like that '80s Van Halen rock, '80s, even like Journey, and like, the rock side of Journey, and like just '80s rock and roll, man. I really love '80s rock, and
Who
it was,
doesn't? It's fun
yeah, right.
times.
I mean, like, so I had no problem giving a full fledged nod to that with this song at all. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Very cool. Yeah, it definitely lives and breathes it for sure. So obviously, you're not the only member of this band. I'd
Yep,
love to hear about some of the band members and
absolutely.
who's kind of responsible for what on the tracks.
Absolutely. So I'm guitar and lead vocals. And then Mark Lovren is the drummer.
Mhm.
John Marinelli does percussion. Um, Steven Anderson is bass. And Greg Tregellis is keys, and he's the one playing those cool synth parts. And also does some harmonies.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
together you guys have a really cohesive sound. How long have you been playing together?
So we started as a three-piece probably like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Okay.
Just playing some local gigs, and we had some of my originals that we were doing and mixing in, and then we just sort of grew little by little into, so now we're a five-piece, and yeah, it's just been a great evolution for us, and we're just excited to get back out. We've never really played a full gig as a five-piece. John, the percussion guy, was the last one to get added, probably, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. And I've known John for a long time, forever, and been in bands with him before, but he just came on board. So I'm really excited to get out there and start exploring ourselves, like, live musically, with all five of us, on the floor at the same time.
Of course. Well, this year's the year for sure. Can feel
Yeah, I'm hoping.
it. Can feel it. So you've put out, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, two singles so far this year.
Yep. Two this
Are
year.
there plans for more? Are we going to see an EP, an album? What are the plans that you can share?
So the way we've been doing it, this is our fourth single overall since August. We started releasing music in August, so we have
Mhm.
four singles since August. I think we're going to keep the single thing going for a little bit, just
Yeah.
to keep building our momentum, keep working on getting our music out there to the right people that want to hear it.
Mhm.
Start trying to, gather some people that are digging what we do, build from there, and we definitely have the goal of doing a record, but we want to make
Yeah.
sure that we're not. We just want to build our audience and get in front of some people that want to hear what we're doing. You know
Of
what I mean?
course.
It's so easy. People just consume music so differently now. It's just,
Absolutely.
like, I don't know, man. Your average person might not be wanting to sit down and listen to a 45-minute record.
It's
So
true. Yeah, I've talked about this on other talks with people, and it seems that the single format is becoming so popular, especially for smaller independent bands, because first, building the audience is tough. That's a whole thing. But
so
then
right.
secondly, it's keeping interest throughout.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you work so hard on an EP or you work so hard on an album, you put it out one Friday and another week, people have forgotten about it.
It, it
So
it's
putting out these little snippets seems like the kind of the way to go.
it's so true. It's so true. And nobody loves an album more than me, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, of
I love that.
course.
And I love full like nobody loves that stuff more than me. But I'm just trying to weigh like the options right now. And we're having a lot of fun making singles and like we're keeping them going at a steady pace. So to answer the other part of your question is yeah, we're definitely working. I'm actually right after this interview, I'm gonna run over to the studio and John's actually doing some percussion stuff for our next single that
Hell
hopefully
yeah.
before too long. So it's good to like keep the momentum. We're trying to release music every like 8 weeks this year.
Solid.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Where are you guys based out of?
we're just south of Boston.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, right on the South Shore there. There's some the studio that we record at is right in our area, and it's actually we work with producer Jeff Rosen who works out of Soundcheck Studios in Pembroke, and he's a buddy of ours. Sort of there's a big local music scene on the South Shore.
All right.
Yeah, and he's a fantastic musician in his own right. And he started when COVID hit. He started putting a studio together in his rehearsal room, and he's built it up really awesome. And that's what we've been recording. So we already had a relationship with him. He's just one of our buddies and everything.
Good person to know for
Yeah,
sure.
it's so great. And when you get to work with someone that enjoy on a personal level, you respect them musically. He's got great ideas. He's been an extension of our band. So Jeff's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So in terms of sound, does sound have any indication of a change in sound? Or are you guys sort of still in the experimentation phase, or how is that kind of working?
Such a great question. It's funny because I love my sort of roots are like classic rock and roll, the blues.
Of course.
Love that stuff. I love blues rock. The first couple songs we released were definitely blues rock in that world. And then this one, this is like a definite step out for us. But I think it's when I think about like describing us and our sound or whatever. I really put us in like a big umbrella of rock and roll. I know it's like broad,
Totally.
but like, yeah, we do blues rock. Yeah, we do, we got Found, which sounds like a, sort of 80s tune, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different, but it's got a rock and roll heart. I guess that's the only way I can say it. It's just like I have some songs that are like, total blues progressions, you know what I mean? And then ones that are like, that sound like Found, and then one that sounds like more like almost like a jam band type thing, like a blues rock
Mhm.
hybrid type thing. But I think everything we do has a modern thing to it, at least a little bit. Even the more like bluesy things we do still comes forward to like the modern day a bit. I think that's what we try to do.
Awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say, not necessarily that you're keeping inspirations as like, this is what we're modeling our music
Yeah,
off. But at the same time, you've got to inject your own signature sound into it. You got to
for,
make it sure that, this is our sound.
for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that you guys don't have too many singles out yet, and that's totally fine. But in order to sort of introduce your listeners to your music, where would you recommend they start?
I think our debut single is actually a great one.
Okay.
It's a really cool rock and roll tune called "Show Me." It came out the end of August, and that one actually hit #1 on the iTunes Blues charts.
Oh, wow. Congrats. That's
Yeah,
huge.
thanks, man. It was insane. It was just, yeah, it was wild. It's just, it was bananas. It was crazy.
Those things still matter. I know that
Yeah,
there's so much music on the internet these days, and it's never been
exactly.
easier, but you got to take those little wins.
For one day, we were ahead of Etta James. That's who we edged out for number
No
one.
way. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it was bananas. Yeah. Just to see like, and that was the first song we released, so it
Right,
was
right.
bananas. And I'm seeing us like, okay, like I didn't even know actually. One of my friends texted me. I didn't even really know iTunes had charts, and he's like, dude,
Mhm.
he's like, look at your song, and I'm like, holy smoke! I woke up and it was like number like 12 or something.
Uh-huh.
And so then I started like on going on social media. Holy smokes, check this out, you guys. Let's help us out. Let's see what we can do. And it got to #1 by like the end of the day.
That's
And it was
so
going by
cool.
like Joe Bonamassa, BB King, like all these legacy artists. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's pretty cool.
That's huge.
Yeah,
Um,
so that song is like it's a cool rock tune. It's got a bluesy thing
yeah.
going for sure.
And you know
That's
what? Yeah. My recommendation always is if you got to start from the beginning, you kind
yeah,
of hear the evolution of the band's sound. And
for sure.
considering there's not that much, listening to 4 songs is easy. You can crank that out in 20 minutes or less. Just
Definitely.
start
Yeah,
start at the beginning, listen, hear it all, see where you've gone, and then
that's
you've got a
totally
base for the future.
totally true, man. Totally true.
Yeah. So what's your guys' process? How do you go about creating, the Freight song? Like,
Yeah.
how does it start really?
Typically, it starts with me writing them, for the
Okay.
most part.
So
Although
lyrics
some,
start.
ah, it's a good question. Like for example, Found started. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I did the guitar stuff first for Found.
Okay.
Definitely did the intro first for Found, and then the melody and the lyrics happened quickly. Just kind of heard it and did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, music. I've done both. I think the music probably comes first, and then I start writing some lyrics. But I usually have just a ballpark melody in my mind too that to go with too.
Got it. Got
Yeah,
it. And so, obviously we're still trying to be as safe as possible with
yeah,
people and stuff like that. Are you guys sending files back and forth to each other? Are you meeting in person when
yeah.
you can? How's that working?
So we originally the first probably 6 months of quarantine, whatever, we
Mhm.
were we weren't seeing each other. We were just doing like
Sure.
remote stuff. Then about probably late summer, we started like slowly seeing each
Yeah.
other here and there. And now by this point, we're all kind of, we've all been around each other and made the choice to like,
Yeah.
who we see, and we're still very careful, but we still
Totally.
have decided that like, we're us. A couple guys in the band are already vaccinated too. So it's like,
Oh,
uh,
beautiful.
yeah, so it's we've sort of made that choice to be around each other. Um, Probably for the last couple months.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it seems like things are getting better anyway. So
It's
music
one of
is the priority right now.
no, there's no right answer to that question. I
No,
feel bad.
there isn't. There isn't. And
Yeah,
don't feel bad about it
yeah.
either.
It is what it is, man. It's just such a hard thing, man. We're just doing the best we can.
Of course. Apart from making music, though, what is kind of bringing you joy in this world? What are you doing when you're not making
Oh man,
music?
yeah. So my family's number one. I got an awesome wife and two beautiful girls that
Nice.
keep me busy, and so that's obviously love that and been spending so much time with them.
Mhm.
It's great.
Oh, I'm sure it's been nonstop. I
Yeah,
can guarantee that.
it sure has, but it's good.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, I'm actually my day job. I'm in special education, so
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yep. So that's yeah, this music thing is we'll see what happens with it. It's a balance right now,
Of
but
course. But it's definitely a fun hobby to have, but it needs to turn into,
yeah, I would
a
love it to turn
full-time
into
gig.
yeah, I would love it to turn into not. You know what I mean? To not
Of
have it. But
course.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we're all very serious about it, but it's like we got to pay the bills. I got the families at home, so
exactly.
we gotta we gotta keep it real for a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so what are some goals, musical or not, that you've set for yourself in 2021?
So I think what I would like to do is continue to release music every like 8 weeks, like we said. I think we've been on a
Mhm.
steady schedule. I want to keep that schedule, and I want to just when it's safe, I want to just get out there. Some places are opening back up. There's some gigs that are slowly starting to happen now.
Yeah, it
Uh,
seems like people are starting to book some things,
yeah,
if not in the super near future, like at least in the back half of this year.
absolutely. There's a couple
Mhm.
places around here that have like next month are starting, some booking and things like
Oh,
that.
really? Okay.
Yeah, so it's slowly starting. It's slowly
Mhm.
starting. A little harder when you have a band, but it's still it's
True,
happening. Yeah, but it's
true.
happening, and it's you know just keeping the fingers crossed. So that playing more, obviously more shows is going to be great for us. We
Yeah,
and yeah, we have. I mean, I have a backlog of songs that are ready to go. So we want to continue that process for sure.
of course. Now I know that you mentioned a lot of different inspirations for music, for making music, but is your personal listening affected by that? Like, what are you listening to?
Yeah,
What kind of albums or recent releases have
yeah.
piqued your interest?
So I mean, I'm definitely you know, classics. You know what I mean? First and foremost for me is the Beatles. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
of course,
you
never
know,
gets old.
that's what it is for me. My biggest influence. But other than that, it would be like, you know, I really love Warren Haynes and Government Mule and the Allman Brothers.
Nice.
You know, he's right up there for me. So anything Warren Haynes does, you know, I'm listening to it, and I love Warren Haynes. I love, gosh, there's so many great bands. I really love White Denim.
Oh yeah, you know what's so underappreciated?
Dude, they're a great band. They're a
They're
great
an
band.
amazing. They're one of the most technically skilled bands I've seen
So
play
cool.
live.
Such a
What
yeah,
a what a show! And they
fantastic.
release music pretty regularly too, so there's
They
always
do.
something on the way.
They do. That's a band that like I would love to like, you know, sit down and like get it, think about getting their sound, because their sound is so cool. It's just
Yeah,
so cool.
it's like that perfect mix of like true Americana, but they have classic roots.
Yeah,
But then there's
and
also like a futuristic sort of psychedelic
exactly.
sound
Yeah,
to it. I don't
exactly.
know how to explain it, but they're kind of hitting
It,
all the corners of good
it's
music.
really cool. It's really, I really dig White Denim. So yeah, bands like that I really like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to come next from you guys. Like I
Yeah.
said, Found has been awesome.
That's
I
great.
sort of want to wrap things up here, and I want to give you the floor to pass off a message to the listeners. It's kind of how we like to finish up things here.
Cool.
First off, where can they find your music? What else can they look forward to? And where can they find you to follow along?
Yeah, so we're everywhere on social media, man. Actually, except Twitter. We don't do Twitter.
That's all
Yeah, I think we'll get by without Twitter. But anywhere else, we're on
right.
we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can find us Facebook. We're at the Freight Band. Instagram, we're the Freight with 2 underscores in the middle.
All right.
And you can find our music on all streaming platforms. We're iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Deezer, anywhere you get, wherever you're streaming music, you can get us. YouTube, we have some really cool lyric videos that we've done.
Nice.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, hoping to get some you know, get our budget together and do, you know, a pretty cool um, you know, full-fledged video before too long.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
And again, Found is out now. I know it just recently came out, but we'll definitely keep our eyes peeled for whatever's new. And yeah, man, I'm really excited to see this go live and follow your guys' kind of trajectory. Really love what I've seen and listened to personally. So this is going to be great.
So appreciated, man. So appreciated. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
man. All right, Adam, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And I sincerely hope you have a great rest of your day.
it. Thank you, man, so much. Same to you.
Awesome. Yeah, take care.
All right, peace.
See
Thanks.
ya.
Later.